All right, thank you. So everybody that's here, you have the agenda and budget and the list of events, right? And I will send this out on email so that everybody who's joining online has it as well. But we're essentially going to go through that agenda. I did put together a little bit of a slide, so that's the format that you'll be watching from. But we'll go ahead and get started. So thank you, first of all, for being here and being a voice for our students. We do want to get to know everybody. We're going to take a moment to introduce ourselves at the board right now. And then afterwards, if you're able to stay, we'd love to kind of get to know you all a little bit more and just and share. But we are all the PTA. We happen to serve as your board members, which means we do a lot of the work, like putting together these meetings and documents and stuff, but it is all of our PTA. You're all members, you all have a voice, so we want to hear from you during the meeting after, but we'll go ahead with introductions. So Liz, do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. I'm Liz. My daughter is in Miss Holton's second grade class, so I've been at the school since kindergarten. I'm the treasurer for the group, so I suffer.
The monies.
And I'm Claire. I'm on the board here serving as the president this year. And I have two students at the school, Sebastian and Julian. They are in first and second grade. They joined in TK and kindergarten, so we've been here for a couple years as well.
My name is Whitney, and I am the vice president. I've been on the board I think this is my third year serving on the board. My daughter Nora is in third grade this year in the combo class with Miss Dennis. I love this school so much. I'm so glad to see all of you here. Keeping the voice alive for our kids at the school.
Hi, Mary Beth. I am the rabble-rouser of the group. I have twin boy-girl James and Maggie. They are also in Miss Dennis's 3-4 class. We've been here since kindergarten too. Firm believer in community, and I think now more than ever, it's a great time for us to all kind of come together as a school community and figure out how to do what's best for our kids.
Thank you. And then also Gabby is not here tonight. She's also on our board. She does our secretary role, takes notes and things like that. And she is also at all of our events, putting beautiful balloon arches together and things like that. So I hope you all get to meet her. And then I just wanted to recognize Lynn Edwards as well. She's a PTA member, just like you, from our community. She actually serves as the co-president on the Rolando Park Community Council, and she is helping us so graciously to get us on Zoom and record this session. So thank you, Lynn. Great. So we'll get started. Our agenda together today, we want to review what the PTA does. We know there's some new members here. Talk about how we raise money and spend our funds and areas that we can use some more help. So we'll go through what we do. That's going to be basically reviewing our events with the planned dates. For people who are new, we wanted to kind of give a little introduction to those and what to look forward to. Then we do have a piece of business where the board is supposed to, by our bylaws, put together a budget of what we intend to raise and spend this year. So we propose that, and we do need you to vote and adopt the budget so we can send that off. Then we'll go over our regular, kind of what we're up to, our recurring programs, old and new business. That's pretty short. And then we will have some discussion and hear from Mrs. Noriega and a bit from the survey and hear from you all here today and online. And hopefully get to know you more if you're able to stay after. So first, we're going to start with our events and activities for the year.
Okay, so for those of you who are new and returning, I'll just give a little rundown of all of our fun events. These are our big events that we put on throughout the year. The first one of the year is Trunk or Treat, which will be on October 17th. We're doing it a little earlier this year. Just kind of to give families a chance to have other things to do during the Halloween, and also with booking all of our fun things. So we'll have a jump slide again. We'll have the DJ. We'll have all the same fun things. We are going to recruit parents to bring donate candy to our candy monster so we can give it to all the people who we'll also need families to do a trunk. So we have people decorate trunks out there. The kids absolutely love this event. It's so much fun. Our plan, I know the parking lot is where we usually do it, and it is a mess still. We've been told, everyone cross your fingers, that it's going to be done by then. So let's hope that we'll also have a plan B if that doesn't work out, possibly here in the front of the school. We wanted to do it on the field, but it's very dark back there. There's zero light, so that's going to cause a problem. So we'll have a plan B and C in case that parking is not done. Next one is Cookies in Whoville. This is such a fun event for the kids. This is a students only event, so this is something we do during the day. There are volunteer opportunities for parents to come and volunteer during that day. We give kids cookies, we do Grinch milk, we have the Grinch and Santa here to take pictures with the kids. They get a little photo strip with their friends in a little photo booth. It's a really fun event for all the kids. They come with their classes, it's so cute. Get to watch the movie. And then our next one is in February, our Glow Dance. So this always ties back into Valentine's Day. A little earlier this year because the Friday before Valentine's Day we're off. It's a no school day, so it's the week before. Super fun. This is a family event, so everyone's welcome. Moms, dads, brothers, sisters to come and have fun. We have a DJ. We give away glow things for the kids to play with. Lots of fun. And the next one is the Fun Run fundraiser. So that's the PTA's biggest fundraiser for the year, where families sponsor their kids to come and do a run. So we do a couple of laps, and the families give them donations to come, and we do prizes for each class who raises the most money. And we're still working out how we might restructure the prize for the laps this year because it was a little tough last year. So we're still working that out. More to come. And then the last one is Field Day. This is like the go out the year with a bang. So much fun. This is a students only event also, but also we need lots of volunteers for that day because we can't do it without you guys to run all of the fun events that day. They go from station to station, lots of fun water things on hot days, lots of fun tug of war, really fun event all day for the kids. They get pizza. It's a really fun event to go out the year with a bang. And then you'll see on the other, there's a couple other events that we sponsor a run club every Friday. We sponsor a YMCA sports to come here on Wednesdays after school to do different sports. Right now they're doing soccer and pickleball. They'll be doing probably pickleball and basketball next for the next session. We have started this year a family picnic. So the last Friday of every month, we invite anyone who wants to come with their kids out on the fields here on the Joint Use Park after school or around 5 o'clock on Friday. Bring food. Let the kids play and run around. Parents can socialize and chat. We've been doing it just as a friend group for a couple of months, and it's been really beneficial to our kids to have that time and us to be able to talk. So we've kind of opened it up to whoever wants to come. So that's a really cool thing. We also sponsor an assembly for the younger kids, TK through second. For this year, that'll be in the springtime. We also sponsor the field trip to the SeaWorld for 3rd through 5th graders. I know my 3rd grader is very excited that she is finally old enough to go on that field trip. It's a super cool thing to do. Also, we sponsor teachers' lunches. And then we're going to have lots of fundraising dine out opportunities, a lot more this year, a lot of really interesting places. So we're also doing opportunities where you don't have to go and eat. Like you can buy cinema tickets, so movie tickets, like you can give it out as gifts. So a portion of the ticket sales will go back to the PTA, buying those movie tickets for Regal. Same thing with Dave & Buster's. We'll be able to buy like play passes, and a portion of those sales will also go back to sponsor the PTA and the events.
Yes.
Lots of interesting new fun things going on this year.
Yes. Thank you, Whitney. Any questions on, that's like a lot. It's kind of all, it's like what we do all year in one slide.
Every Friday?
No.
Not every Friday, the last Friday of every month. Yeah, so it's different days. So on last Friday of every month, come out.
And we're hoping that once the time changes, that by that time, the parking lot will be free, and then we'll have the lights there. So then we might just be able to kind of hang there for whatever amount of time.
And that's for the kids who need to bring your own.
Yes, yeah. And it's just like come as you please, when you're available, if you're available. Yeah, it's just kind of an open.
To the park.
Yeah, the joint use park is open after school. So once the school day ends here, that opens up to the community for everyone to use. So,
The kids pretty much go as far from you as they
Yeah.
can.
yeah, and we like it because they can just run wild and like they're there and they can't get out. So it's been nice. Yay. Yeah,
You came and you saw that thing. Park here.
exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's great.
Yeah, that's great. Any other questions, comments? No? Okay, I was just gonna make a correction. I noticed that the glow dance is 6 to 7, but we usually do that 6 to 8. And then we will continue to communicate about all of these events beforehand. So you're gonna see it in emails, you're gonna see calls for volunteers, save the dates, whatever we're needing, and then we'll do a big blast of, when the time is to show up. So you will absolutely see these again, but I did include the full calendar of events in your handouts. And for those of you online, I'll send them out in the email so you can see all of these dates. All right. So that is what we do, and then how we pay for it.
Yeah, I want to do
So
budget
this is,
first.
impossible to see. Hopefully if you're online, you can see it a little bit better. And then if you're here, you should have the printout. But this is our budget, and Liz is gonna go over that with you all.
So what we did this year is we took our budget from last year and basically increased everything 7%. What we expect to spend, not necessarily what we expect to bring in. Just to account for inflation and to account for the amount of students we have this year. That changed a little bit because we brought on an extra TK class. So I won't go line by line just because I don't think it's necessary, but membership dues, we've already had a really big membership drive that's been going really well. We have a couple more days of that to the end of this month.
Yeah.
To the end of this month, so we're still collecting memberships, but we've already collected 550. Oh, no, we didn't. I'm on the wrong one. $477 in membership dues. And our goal is 550. So we're really, really close to our goal. We expect to raise about 3,500 this year in dine outs. We added all those extra ones. So we're really trying to increase our fundraising to pay for the extra 7% increase in what we expect to spend. Our fun run, like Whitney said, is our biggest income, our biggest event that brings us the most to our PTA. So we're hoping to raise about 6,750. That event also costs us about $1,100. Spiritwear recycling program is the last Wednesday of every month.
First Wednesday.
First
Wednesday,
Wednesday of every
yes.
month. So that started already this first Wednesday.
Yeah, we've done
Um,
one so far
Yep.
and it was.
It was a
awesome.
big one, yeah. It was one of our bigger ones even compared to last
Yeah,
year. So
just
we,
so since we're on it, I'll just say last year, we had started at the beginning of the year, we raised $302 just with the recycling cans, which is a really passive, easy way to kind of generate income. Our first one, we already did $73, which is just 1 month, which is great.
Yeah.
So, I have a strong feeling we'll be able to increase that from last year to this year.
yeah, and all
So
that,
save your can, save your
Yes.
aluminum, bring it on the Wednesday. If you miss it, see me and I will take it from you because I'm the one that takes it all. So
Yeah.
we will help you however you can with that.
so those are those are those are fundraising things coming up. We have an increase. We do 5th grade t-shirts, we do classroom parties, community appreciation. These are all the areas we spend money in there's no income. So these are all the areas PTA is making sure that we're providing for our students and for the teachers and for the school community. Student graduations, yearbooks, at the end of the year. Teacher appreciation breakfast, and like Claire mentioned, assembly at the end of the year for the students that don't get to go on the field trips. Normal admin stuff, so insurance, the programs that we use. This is just what we spent last year with a 7% increase, all expenses, no income in those areas. And then our big events, the fun ones that we got to go over. So trunk or treat, we do have a small income there. We have a PTA table. We have the cake. What's it
Oh,
called?
yeah.
Cakewalk.
The cakewalk that we
Sell tickets.
Which was
sell tickets
surprisingly
for.
to me a huge one.
People, yeah,
So
people loved
please,
it. Yeah,
get ready for the cakewalk.
yeah. But all the other events are just expenditures. So we have the field day, parent events, glow dance, field trips. These are all things that we use all of these fundraisers and dine outs and donations and memberships. All of those things are what pays for these really cool events that we get to have for our students and families. And I don't know if you all got to attend, but they had movies in the park. We do have some sales there. We did the glow things, really fun little things that the kids could walk away with. But also we were able this year to participate in providing or in donating to making sure that event went well financially. Excuse me, I don't know what you know what I mean.
Yes.
Run Club, which happens every Friday, no income, but we give prizes and medals and things at the end. So we do have a small expenditure there. And then we have the student success. I don't know if you were here in the 23-24 school year, but we did a big fundraiser. We were trying to stop the cut of a teacher. We got a half teacher, so we didn't end up using that money. So we are using that year over year for student success in different ways. So this is still on our budget line, and it's really just used for different programs that we don't expect to happen every single year. They're really just programs that are going to benefit our student growth.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, so then the student success one, that's just what we have. And if we happen to spend it all, that's how Liz showed it, just so you can see that it's not really a part of what we expect to kind of fundraise and spend on an annual basis. But that is something that I had in our survey and will continue to do in these meetings. And next, we also need to reach out to our teachers. But it's what our PTA Association last year voted that they wanted to preserve the remaining funds and do something that would help the success of all students. So I think, this year is about figuring out what that's going to be. So looking at any gaps that we see, there are cuts at the district, asking the teachers and our staff and then our PTA members about, what are opportunities. So that's something that if you have ideas on, I think we'll spend more time on that at our next meeting, get into that, but we're still kind of collecting ideas right now. Yeah, a little bit on that. But this is our budget. We did try to increase the spend, like Liz was saying, by 7% because we were finding with inflation that's happening. So it was time to update it.
Yeah.
So we would be positive. We do have what do we call it? Our funds
Yeah.
reserves. So we start every year with about $5,000, and that helps us get through the year. It has some like capital expenditure money if we need to buy new supplies that are used every year. But this is kind of what we bring in and spend in a year. And this is also what we're required by the PTA organization to have the association adopt it. So now we're going to have a motion to adopt the budget. I'm going to ask all those in favor if you would say aye, and then if you're opposed, if you would say no. So hopefully you've had a chance to review, but all those in favor of adopting the budget, please say aye.
Oh.
Thank you. And then anyone in chat or anything we should look?
Whether yes or no.
Okay. And those opposed, anyone opposed, please say no. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for your support, for your duty for the night. And I just here is a tip that, PTAs, it's really common to do this motion thing where somebody gets up and says, I move to add this and I seconded, and then we discuss and then we vote. We would absolutely do that. You come in here and you do a motion and we will look up the words and we'll do it all with you. But I put it here as a point that however we get it done, like that's what you guys are sitting there for, is to please, you don't have to just listen to us and take all of this. You have ideas, bring them up. And if everybody here is interested, we're going to make some time to talk about it. If we want to make a change and everyone agrees, we'll do that. Or maybe it's we all agree to look into it further. But I just wanted to point that out and, let you know that that is welcome and encouraged. All right. Officer reports. So this is kind of what we're in the middle of. So first off, Mary Beth was going to do our community report.
So as it's already been mentioned, our membership drive is, I'm going to actually stick that at the end, and I'm going to start with the parent representatives, because most of you who are here, I think, signed up to be a parent representative, right? Yeah. I'm like, I've met almost everybody. But so this year is the first year that Rolando Park is doing a parent representative for a class, for each of the classes. We have most of our classes have someone. We are still looking for someone in the kindergarten class. Hint, hint. I also understand that there is some question about getting another teacher for kindergarten, and so there might be some hold off on that yet. Totally understand that. I'll come at you afterwards. After that's done. But what I really love is to have our parent representatives that are in the room introduce themselves. So I think, Lacey, you might be our youngest class or UTK, right? So if you don't mind introducing yourself and just saying which class you're representing, that would be great.
My name is Lacey Bird. This is my Daniel Farrell. And he's in, this is Brighton and Miss Brance's UTK class.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
So our other UTK class, we are looking for a representative for them. So if any of you know any of the parents in that group, feel free to encourage them to also volunteer. And then we have, like I said, our kindergarten class, we are still looking for a volunteer for that. But our next one would be for Miss Kubish. Yes.
Hi, I'm Andra. I have two sons. The oldest one was just here. He's in fourth grade, Miss Johnson. I'm a representative for that class as well. And for Miss Kubish, my youngest one, Finn, is in. It's great.
We might, if we could find a parent for either one of those classes, we might let you only focus on one of those classes. But we'll see what happens. I know everyone's super busy. Right. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then Miss Negrette's class.
My son is in second grade. And it's a combo 1-2.
Great, thank you.
Thank
So
you.
far.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to see if she was online. She's in a work meeting, unfortunately. So Araceli Aceves is mom to Amelia Cruz. She is in Miss Damiano's class, and she will be the representative for that class. And then Cecilia.
Yeah, I will be doing the third, fourth grade combo with Dennis.
Yeah.
Excited to hear what you think about that.
Awesome. So
Two moms in the class.
I know, right? I like to lean in on my relationship and then make people do things. That's how we get things done, right? So one of the things that I felt really, I have kind of noticed throughout my 3 years here at Rolando Park was I felt like there wasn't as much of a voice to be able to find out what other parents wanted when it came to different things that were happening on campus. And so I really felt like the parent representative in each class was an important piece. I have always found that people are more responsive with a personal invitation for things, with that kind of personal touch. So as much as I love the communication that has started to come from our PTA board, it's been amazing, but I also think that those class chats can be so important to be like, hey, who went to Run Club? Hey, did you know that the farmer's market is happening this week? Hey, did you get any, did everybody in here get their PTA membership done? We're almost to the. Is this And so being able. It's open. Oh,
Let me see if I can
there,
help.
yes, restroom.
I sent Evan to the rec though. That's what it came into.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, so.
These things. Oh, we'll figure it out. Anyway, so the class chat expectation, I'm hoping to set up a WhatsApp, hopefully, or email, I'm not totally sure. But I think like even thinking about just being able to let all of our families know about the budget. Like, hey, did you know that we have a budget for what the PTA, like what your membership dues go for? These are all the things that we're going to do this year. Did you know that there is a PTA survey that you could, and I will send you links and all of the stuff that you can then provide to the families that are in your class. Because some of them are getting information because it's on Dojo, but we're also all very busy. I get it. And some people read a little bit or they look at it and go, I'm going to come back to that. And if you're anything like me, you never go back to it, especially if there is something else that comes through on it. And so the more we can kind of make sure that we have kind of that available communication, I think the more we can involve more of our families and more of us will have a voice in being able to be part of this school community. I forgot what the other thing was I was gonna say. Oh, so yeah. What was that?
I didn't even know that. She probably sent it, the survey.
It's a Dojo post, so we can make sure that we get that. No, it's not. It's a email.
Both.
Both?
Yeah,
Both.
it went
Yeah.
out in email
Yeah.
and 2 emails and a Dojo post, but I will send it again.
Yes.
There's
Totally.
a lot
There's
of
a-
it.
yeah.
A lot of stuff. Yeah.
Especially
So-
when it's coming from the principal,
Yeah.
their teacher, the PTA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
thank you for like looking and
Absolutely.
that's how we catch this stuff. So thanks.
But so the first thing I think all of our class chats should include is we are nearing the end of our membership drive. If you have not done your PTA membership, here are some of the reasons. And we have some like talking points so that you can put them in a chat if you wanted to, of why someone might want to join PTA. It's a great push. Remind them that like their class could get ice cream, make their kids hound them to do membership drives. I tell my kids, go tell all your friends.
Yeah, and it's
With
not
that-
just mom or dad, it's
Yeah.
whoever's involved in their life. It's grandma and grandpa, if you
Yes.
have an involved aunt or uncle, whoever's a part of your child's life that wants to stay involved in what's going on at the school, encourage them to join because they'll get all our emails, stay up to date. Yes, it helps with the
Yeah.
membership. As far as like if the class wants to win their ice cream party, all of those things. But it's just, we just want to make sure it's not just, oh, because my husband wasn't joining before this year. I'm like, what? Are you kidding? Like, I had no idea. I'm like, so it's anybody who wants to stay involved. It's not just moms, it's not just dads, it's anybody who's really involved in your child's life.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever announce like the membership level per class, like prior to the end of the class?
We did do a little teaser about a week ago about who was closest.
Yeah, it's a little hard to judge because we get them coming in different formats, but I think that it's time to give everybody a chance to. So I think we will probably do that, and but maybe we'll just do a run through, make sure we have the info as correct as we do. But there's 3 teachers who are kind of like, and I think they would like to know. And yes, I did tease them in my graphic the other day. But yes,
I
we'll
think you could
send
put
that
in
out.
your chat. I don't know for sure, but I think we're close to getting the prize and
Right?
see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could go, I mean, if your class goes from like 1 person to everybody, you could have it like that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like,
we're-
it
we
could
just
change.
got 3 more right now that I just on there, so they're kind of coming in sporadically so
Yeah,
we're giving everyone till the end of this month. And
but we'll
then-
send our best estimate for where we are. Like maybe next week we can send that out then.
Yeah.
One last push.
So I am going to be your contact as the class parent representatives. I will be your contact for kind of making sure that, like, if you're getting information from your class chat about like, hey, we're really worried about something that's happening and we'd like we'd kind of like to know what PTA is doing about it or what their knowledge is of it. I'm going to be the person who's going to bring that back to the board and we'll be able to talk about it. all of those things. We do encourage you to be at all of the meetings as much as possible. Because you're getting the information as much as early and as clearly as you can here. But if you have to do the Zoom, that's totally fine as well. Had an hour and 15-minute commute, and I was trying to think about what I was going to say, and it all left my head as I was making dinner tonight. So, but I think that's about it. Any questions about kind of anything?
Don't need to be late with it, sort
No,
of,
no, no, yeah.
derail the conversation, but how, like, let's say for myself, how would I get the parents' information to kind of put them on a WhatsApp or some sort of group?
You don't have to put them on a WhatsApp. So we have our class chat that's already created in Dojo. You can totally use that. Now, for any of your classes that aren't, we are talking with Miss Noriega about some options of either possibly the counselor setting up a class chat for that, or to think about other ways that we might be able to use communication. If for some reason your class, your teacher is not setting up that chat. I also created kind of a one pager of agreements that we could make about how we can be respectful, how we talk to each other, all of those kinds of things. Ms. Noriega and I were talking about how we might want to use that, whether it's something that you kind of put out on the class chat to start with, or is this something that's going to go home to everyone in a homework folder? Is this something that we want parents to kind of sign to be able to add to chat? There's lots of different options that we might be looking at for stuff like that.
Awesome. Well, okay, we talked about the last picnic, but that's
Oh.
also kind of a part of creating this
Yes.
community.
Yeah.
If you wanted to add anything or just say it again.
Yes, so it is the last Friday of every month. We're gonna try it out even when the time changes and it might be cold. Trying to see how much, the biggest thing is for me, it was really about how do I get to know the parents of kids my kids come home and talk about all the time. And that was what I really wanted to be able to do. So anytime I can do those kinds of things, I really want to be able to talk with other, plus I'm a single parent who needs adult interaction. That's the other part of it. So yeah, so it's bring chairs, bring your blankets, bring whatever you want. The kids end up, like I said, they go as far away from the adults as they can possibly get and still be within the fence lines. But we bring dinner, we try and cajole them all to eat something at some point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it's a lot of fun, and I think we've had, it's like it's about you all or something. I do, like, I think we've had probably the most families we've had were 12 families. There were it felt like there were 25 kids running around. And we've had, I think the least amount we've had were 5, but the kids have a great time. Parents seem to get along well, and it's open to anything.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes.
Is that the 26th of September, the Friday?
Yeah, last Friday, whatever that last Friday
Yeah.
is. Yes.
And we'll put a dojo post
Yes.
and then
And then
you'll
you
get
all
it
put
on the
in your
email to send it to the group. So you'll know.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much. So recycling, I think you kind of gave us, but
Yeah.
anything else? Or
Not much to add. I mean, still, we're continuing it. We're still sticking with just aluminum. I've had some questions about whether we're doing plastic or glass and those things, and not yet. It's a one-person show doing it, and it's a lot of work to take it all down there and separate everything. But I might, honestly, and you get the most bang for your buck with aluminum. So
Yeah.
the plastic bottles are almost nothing that you
Yeah.
get. So it's just kind of what's worth the time, basically.
and if you
But
bring it in
yeah.
at a different time,
Yes,
you can
if-
usually find one of
yeah,
us.
whoever's online too, either you see me, I'm here dropping off my kid almost every day, or I've been leaving the blue cans, the recycling cans, the big blue recycling cans outside of the staff lounge, which is just on the other side of this yucky fence over here, by the coach's office over there. I usually leave them outside so the bugs don't get inside. So if you're ever just like, oh, I just want to get this out of my yard, you can bring it over there and just put them in anytime that you have them. Otherwise, I will be out at drop off and pick up on the first Wednesday of every month. And thank you.
I think you mentioned it's just aluminum, because I did have some plastic.
And honestly, there's been mixed and I will welcome it and I will do a separate one if there's like stuff mixed in and it's not a problem at all. It's just, I know a lot of people have the plastic bottles, but it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to separate everything. Yeah.
All right. And then wellness. So wellness is another kind of committee that we have. It's with Nurse Kathy, who, if you haven't met her yet, she is amazing and has done so much for this school besides just, treating like cut knees. She has got us awards and grants, and she is amazing. So those of us who have been on her committee kind of think of ourselves as like her foot soldiers because she's just got a bunch of great ideas and we want to help her. So that has included putting together the garden. So if you're new, we've had parent volunteers, families come, build the garden beds, plant them, and then we had them going all last year. We'll have to do again this year, a new planting. We have ideas to kind of give every class a different project. So it's a great thing for the kids to do at school, to see this garden, to attend to it, to learn about it. If you're interested and want to join, that's one of the committees that we're often taking signatures for, so we'll start that up soon. And then also that's where the Run Club came out of. So that's been a really fun time. If you haven't gone, we hope to see you guys there. It's fun for the families. The kids have a blast, and hopefully we'll be able to keep it up. But last year, everyone who ran their half marathon got a silver medal. And if they completed a full marathon, they got a gold. So hopefully they can earn a medal every year at Rolando Park. So yeah, our report is just that we will start the garden soon. So look for that. And that Run Club is off and running. And I think have 90 students turned in their permission slip. So it's been a really great turnout.
Every Friday at 7:10.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. So the gate normal time is like 7:25, but we go until 7:30. So they do a warm up and then run for about 20 minutes. And parents are welcome to come, and we have lots of parents running around with them around the track. We have music.
Or you
It's
can just
really
stand
fun.
there.
Or you can stand there and help us hand out sticks and it's, yes,
Yeah.
we have
Yes.
young siblings
Lots of
come and run too. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone is welcome.
So typically in these meetings, we also kind of go over our previous business, which started the year, it's not a lot. We did have our movie in the park. For those of you that came, you saw that on the budget. It was fun. We'd love to hear from you if you've got more on that. But so we've had that so far. We kicked off Spirit Wear. So you see flyers and a couple of JoJo posts about how to order shirts like this. So this is through a company that takes our logo and makes a ton of different shirts to order, and they give us 10% back. So it's a really nice kind of passive fundraiser for us. We just share their links and, especially when they've got a sale going on. So already we're at $50 from that. So, we hope to get more this year, continue that up.
But you can order anytime. It's open all
Yes.
the time.
And we'll
They ship
continue to
directly
post
to
every
you.
time they got a sale and remind you. But yes, so that's something that's started and it will be open all year. Also the YMCA after school sports. So that is something that has been growing. The PTA board brought it on a couple of years ago as a one-time session. It was really fun. The kids loved it. And then we also found that parents are needing more things after school. And so Wednesday was this gap day, especially, that we could help fill in. So we went from one session to 2 sessions to this year, the YMCA plans to just have recurring sessions. So if you're not enrolled right now, I think this one ends like mid-October, which means like the first or second week of October, you'll get another flyer and you can sign them up if you'd like to either sign up again or join for the first time. And you can expect to see sessions all year. So this isn't paid for by us. You're still paying a fee, but it is heavily subsidized. So it comes out to something like $9 or $10 a week. And usually for the YMCA or the Croc, these things are, you know, a lot more than that. So it is a good deal.
You know what the next sport is?
I don't. It kind of depends too on what's available because we switch back and forth. But if they're doing soccer, they also like to do basketball. The kids really love basketball. They do volleyball. So they'll kind of rotate that. And the YMCA, you know, they get the feedback from the kids. And when the kids are really into a sport, they might continue to keep adding it. So they are listening and adapting to what the kids are wanting.
They've been doing pickleball a lot.
Yeah, the kids like pickleball.
I don't know.
It's kind of like a modified tennis.
Yeah.
On a really short court with like different rackets, so it's really easy for kids to play. It's rackets with a different kind of ball, but it's very similar to tennis.
Yeah. All right. And then Chuck E. Cheese we just had on Friday, so we should hear back. We usually get our checks from them soon, but it was a really great turnout. If you went, thank you so much for coming, and it was great to see everyone. So that was a great first fundraiser of the year. Thank you. Any questions, comments?
You. I
Yes.
didn't know who you were.
And there were people still there at 7:00.
I know.
He's like, I'm like, everybody's probably gone, but.
Oh, no. I couldn't get my kids out of there until after 9.
Oh,
They were like, I thought we were staying till it closed. I'm like,
they were like 3 to 9, says the flyer. All right. Well, thank you so much. Again, new business. So this is Trunk or Treat is our next event. So again, if you've kind of signed up for that events committee, you're going to get an email from me soon. I'm going to schedule a committee meeting. So we could get together, anyone who's interested. It's more, you know, the events are great because our board has been putting them on for years and we've got a great template that we're able to reproduce, but it still takes a lot of work. So we love some extra hands on that. Otherwise it takes all of our monthly meetings and we can't get to anything else. And this one is going to be especially exciting because we're coming up with a plan B.
Yeah.
And so if you like that kind of challenge, you should join because we are going to be using our brains because the kids love Trunk or Treat. So it is gonna happen and it's gonna be great.
this would be another great one for you to put into your class chats, like, hey, if anybody wants to, there's gonna be a committee for
Yeah.
Trunk or Treat. They might need a plan B. We might need kind of an all hands on deck. Feel free to put those in your chat. We'll
Yes.
see what we get.
Yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise the biggest volunteer need is mostly either the candy donations
Yes.
or people to do trunks.
Yes. So we
So-
still need a lot of people, even if you don't have time to like be on a meeting, if you can show up and decorate your trunk, if that's new to you, or you're sharing this with your classes, you can look things up. I mean, you can get like a kit on
It doesn't need to be
Amazon.
fancy. The
You
kids just
can
wanna go
make
get
it
candy from
yourself.
Yeah.
Honestly, kids have the most fun. Just have some candy and bring like your cornhole from the backyard.
They do
Like
love games.
they love that. It does not have to be elaborate. But yeah, the more trunks that we have, the more fun the event is. So that's a big ask that you're gonna get from us as we move forward. In addition to the event committee, anybody that wants to do that. Otherwise, just the volunteer positions that we look for. So the biggest one is the yearbook. So we put together the yearbook for the school. It's been really lovely. Last year, you had a competition for the cover and the students all drew, you know, something, and it was just a really great thing. But that is something that we do and we could use help. It's easy in the sense that it's like it's a software and you can just go in and you can pop in the, you know, verbiage and check the wording and fill out a couple of pages, use the draft from the year before. But if we could find someone to actually help do that, that has time, this is a fully virtual way to volunteer your time. So if you're interested in that, please let us know. And if you have brought it up, I remember you and we'll be talking.
And just to give a little bit more info, that you don't need to know fancy programs. You don't need to know how to design things unless you know how to do that and want to take that on as a separate program. There's lots of options they offer. We work with the photo company who takes all the kids' school pictures. It goes through them. So if you do use the software they provide, you just drops in the photos, which is nice. But if someone is a really good graphic designer that wants to help, they can fully take that
Yeah.
on and redesign
But you
it
don't need
themselves.
to be able to do
But
that.
you
Like
don't
if
have
you
to.
can
There's
make
options, yeah.
an Evite, right, you can
Oh,
do
yeah.
this.
It's-
So it's not like, this is something that, could be really helpful for us if you're just willing to take that on. Yes.
Mhm.
And then also the wellness. So I mentioned that, the event committee. And then another one is, fundraising. We always put this out there. Sometimes we got new families in, they have some ideas. So if you have anything like that, let us know you're interested and we will work with you or get you set up for a team with us or however you like. But if you have ideas, we'd love to hear. So that's what we're looking for. So any questions on that? But I also want to bring up, sorry, we're kind of getting to the end. I hope Mrs. Noriega is still online. This is our discussion time. I wanted to hear from her and then have a discussion with you all. I can show you some results from our survey and then we could hopefully kind of say hello again before we exit for the night. So Mrs. Noriega, are you there?
I am. Hi. Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I had my camera off this whole time because I'm sitting in my car at my daughter's soccer practice. Otherwise, I'd be there with you all in person. Couldn't split either. My husband's doing my son with tennis and there was no way around it. But I just wanted to say, I really appreciate the board that sits up there today. I've been listening in this whole time. I can see some of you that are in the audience. And I must say that over the past 2 years that I've been at Rolando Park, this is going into year 3, we really have picked up momentum on the PTA side. There was a group that was starting and it was building up and I really have seen the growth. And if you're new to Rolando Park, you haven't seen it yet, but those of you that have been here over the past few years, I really have seen the activities and the events expand. And with the room parents that we are bringing on board, I think this is another way to expand parents' engagement. I'm a parent myself, so I know that there's different ways that parents engage, and some of you are very active and you come on school campuses, many work as I do and my husband do. So I want to just acknowledge that as well. Like there's different ways we engage, and I loved that PTA tonight presented all of the events that we have and the different ways that parents can engage, because it could be as simple as donating, right? Although we'd like to see more, but a parent might not be able to make it on campus and donate their time, but they might be able to drop off a bag of candies or whatever, or a cake for the trunk or treat event that's happening. So really appreciate the efforts of the board that sits, as well as the parents that have participated and are going to participate. I wanted to share that the challenge for the PTA membership drive, I feel like I'm going to challenge the teachers as well to maybe, if there is a challenge, the incentive is if the teacher is a PTA member, that gets an added 5 points extra or 3 points, whatever that might be. So I'm going to challenge teachers to do that as well, especially if classes are really close with membership. I just wanted to share, I have coffee with the principal this Friday, so more information will be there, but along the lines of PTA, I shared with Liz, the treasurer, this morning that—
Oh, hold on. Okay, I think she.
Right, when it was getting good too.
I know.
Okay, could you guys hear me?
The speaker looked like the speaker kind of switched over. Sorry.
Hello?
Nope.
I'm here. I can hear you guys.
There you are.
Okay. I was speaking to Liz this morning, and it's about a donation that we are receiving from Feeding San Diego. So our farmers markets that take place every second Friday of the month are the produce and the goods are provided by Feeding San Diego. And on September 3rd, I attended a school pantry event that they had invited me to, and it was celebrating the school pantry champions. So I found out that in the past, Feeding San Diego had been, our site had been funded by Feeding San Diego, whatever that might look like. And since Feeding San Diego is trying to bring on more schools to participate, they have asked outside community members to donate to certain schools. And we were a school that was selected by a community member to be funded, and I got to meet that person. So her name is Jennifer, forget her last name, I think it's Hersham, but she really wants to come out to Rolando Park and see what the farmers market looks like. She will be out at our school, I think in November, and I'll have to confirm that. But along with that, for attending, Feeding San Diego is donating $125 to our PTA. So that's exciting news. I think that'll help with the financial account there. And so I'm going to pass that along to Liz, and she and I can work together to get that money over to us.
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yes. I was also thinking of one more quick announcement is the parking lot for Trunk or Treat. I am on a daily, when the workers are there, trying to catch them for a timeline. The timeline they gave me was about 3 weeks ago for completion. I've talked to the site project manager who's on site, but he referred me to another project manager, which I'm trying to get in contact with to get a more definitive date. I'm hopeful, but with the way that the solar panel project is coming along, as PTA had shared, we need to come up with a very likely and strong plan B. Hi guys, are you there?
Ours is on, but
Okay.
I can hear
While
you
she's
guys.
doing
Can
that,
you
one
hear
of the
me?
things that we had talked about with the farmers market this last time was about sometimes we have families who are not able to come, but could totally benefit from the food that's at the farmers markets. You can claim for, we said, you shouldn't be trying to get food for all the families, but you can claim for more than just your family, right?
Correct.
We kind of talked about like, if you have someone, they're at work, you could say like, yes, it's two households.
Yeah.
To be able to get things. So being able to kind of quietly do that.
so the way it used to work is we have family members, how many?
Yeah.
Up to this year, Feeding San Diego said, we don't need that. All we need to know is, are you picking up for more than one house?
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
For those of us who go, once you're there, it's great because we've got a little quicker.
Right.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. So did we get the?
No, I don't,
No.
very sorry, Olivia. Looks okay on our end, but not on yours.
No.
Okay, and I'm trying to figure out how to mute myself because I have a lot of background noise.
Okay, if that pops up, I'd love to have the rest, but also, I guess if we could test, I know there was a question from somebody else.
Yeah, they dropped it in the chat. And I'll just read it. It said, with the YMCA after school sports, is there any chance the YMCA will bring an easy for something for shade? It's quite hot and no shade and my daughter's come home.
Oh, yeah, okay. That is important feedback. So yes, thank you. I will send that to the YMCA and yeah, we should.
As a parent whose kid goes, my daughter also came home with a sunburn the other day, even though I told her to wear her hat. It's just the weather. They do utilize those shades out there. I know every single time they take a break, they go under that shade. They put them under that shade quite often, but unfortunately the pickleball can't be right under the shade and the soccer is on the field.
Yeah.
I just think it's kind of, I mean, they're out there for like an hour and a half.
Yeah. But also maybe like at some of our events, we have spray sunblock.
I gave her a roll-on sunscreen
Yeah.
now it's just kind of, we have to make sure that they're covered in sunscreen, but they
Yeah.
do utilize the shades. I do know
Yeah.
that. They're pretty good about that, but
Yeah.
they can't unfortunately be covered the whole time.
But I
since
might-
they're doing the sports, but
I'll give them feedback if they could at least send a
Take more
notice to
breaks
families.
under the shade.
Well, yeah, to send notice to
Yeah.
families to
Wear hats,
send in sunblock.
sunscreen, yeah.
Take as many breaks, you get the kids going back, but also Nurse Kathy here is here that day, so maybe she could, lend them some sunblock.
Yeah, definitely, that
But
would be
yeah, I think that's just this first session. Yes.
Is there parents that go to that, the after school thing?
No.
it's just the YMCA people who
Yeah.
run that. They get them from the classrooms and take them out. It's like the after-school program.
Yeah. So it's kind of like
Those
having
Mondays.
a hour and a half PE on.
Would that be something that is out there that the PTA could maybe fund, some easy apps for that if
Oh, right. Yeah.
YMCA?
We
Yeah.
can ask them. I mean, they might.
Yeah,
have
no,
them,
we'll
yeah.
ask them. And then, yeah, we actually haven't even bought our own Easy Up yet, but it is on the list. We were waiting till the budget was balanced to spend anything, but we have to buy so yeah, that's something that we can also make available, just like asking the nurse if she could have some sunblock and stuff. So good point. Thank you.
Or I don't know, maybe put it out there. Any of the parents want to donate
Yeah.
a couple of.
Yes.
things like that,
Yeah.
if the kids, if they're having their kids playing, kind
Sure.
of playing each session, maybe. if
Yeah.
they want to donate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that would be awesome.
Yeah. Were there any other? Yes.
Are they gonna be combined again, the coffee?
Yeah.
Yes.
Same day now. So drop off principal classes. Yeah.
Anything else, especially from everybody who's been so wonderful being here with us online? Sorry, I'm looking back. That's at you. But do you have any questions? I think there's some in the chat, some more. I don't know if I can see these. And
What I saw is the one about the.
oh, okay. I just see, yeah, some confirmation. But if Phil, can they unmute if they have a question or want to talk? You can unmute if you'd like to say anything.
Assuming we can.
We appreciate you.
And it's not just. There you go.
And anyone here? Okay, well, I want to just kind of quickly end, just really quick. We're gonna send this survey out again, collect some more. Maybe we could spend some more time on this at our next meeting. But just like a quick, we got a small sample back, and what it told me was that glow dance, trunk or treat, and field day are our most loved and anticipated events. I think most of us who have been here can agree, and new parents, that's what you said your kids wanted to do too. Things that we're doing that people find the most valuable is the teacher appreciation, a yearbook. So this helps us to know that you want us to keep funding these things with your funds, so we appreciate your feedback there. And then we heard that you guys do want to participate in the monthly dine outs. So previously, our biggest fundraiser was always the fun run, and we had a couple of dine outs, but this year we're trying every single month, and we've got those 2 new digital campaigns that we're trying to do right before the holiday break. You can, get your movie tickets for the holidays, get your Dave and Buster's for the summer, and donate back. So hopefully that turns out to be great. We shared a couple of national PTA programs that, we could try to adopt. We would need some more help on that. But you guys were most interested in STEM and literacy. And then where we could increase our PTA fundamentals, people wanted diversity and inclusion, followed by advocacy and community building. So I've got that. I think there was some great new ideas. This was just a great suggestion box, honestly. I really appreciate what I heard. We had feedback, be more inclusive for different abilities by adding adaptive modifications for field day. That was amazing. Thank you for sending that. Actually, I'll just share that I worked with another PTA and we had shared some events, and that person is an adaptive PE teacher with the district in our cluster. So guess what I'm going to be asking for is how we can do that. And then, there was a request to have some more direction for our parents, volunteers at field day. So thank you again. This is suggestion box stuff. It's great. New ideas, Spanish club or a language exchange club. I loved this, a Grants club. I think I just saw one. A Grants club? How cool for
that?
grandparents.
Oh, how fun.
So I saw on, I will
love
fully take responsibility for that one.
Woo!
I had been looking at some of the sites for other schools that have and what their PTAs do. And there were several schools that have a Grants Club. And what those are is it doesn't have to actually be a grandparent, but they're community members. A lot of times it's people who have retired who might have a skill or something that they want to share with young people.
Oh, nice.
And so being able to take a day and teach kids how to sew goodbye. Go ahead, take that over.
It's kind of like going into what Mr. Ross comes and does.
Yes. And really expanding kind of Mr. Ross comes in every week to
Yes.
do music. What other things could be possible for someone? And it doesn't necessarily, I know he had a child who was here and that's kind of what his connection is, but we do have a large community around this school that I think would be willing to kind of think about what they could pass on to some of our kids.
That's wonderful. And then we also talk about how we can engage with the community council. So that's something we could share in there. And then honestly, I've seen a lot of involved actual grandparents. And I'm imagining the Grants Club is kind of like how, your grandparents spoil the kids more than we do. Our kids could be so lucky with a grandparent club / grands in the community. So I love it. More mingle time at the school events. So again, that's how we're doing, adding in the park, the picnics, and then doing the fun run. But also we're hearing that you just want to do it when we have open house and things like that. So adding that in. Having more opportunities for parents to just talk to each other, especially for people who are working. So hopefully we're adding that in, but this is, we take that suggestion and we'll be thinking about it in everything we do. Post the Zoom recordings. We're gonna do that today, tomorrow, yay. And a centralized calendar, that was great. I think maybe we can put one of those in Google or Facebook or something, so I can work on that right away. These are great suggestions. And then again, the Student Success Fund. So just took in a couple of ideas here, which are great. But this is something I think you're going to hear more from us. So if you haven't done the survey, please do it. Think about that fund. Remember, we raised a great deal of money that was for our students to be successful, because we didn't want to lose teaching resources. your efforts were, seen, and the district helped us that year. So now we have those funds. So this is something we're going to ask as the board to our teachers and staff and parents, and we will try to work on this year and find a great investment that we can make. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
All right.
We'll have a contest for next time for all the classroom representatives. How many parents can you actually get here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
We'll give you an ice cream party.
Yeah.
Right?
Or a margarita party.
Yeah, margarita.
I
party
like
sounds
the
better.
margarita part.
Thank you.
All
ladies.
right.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.